Hey guys, just wanted to make a real quick video here just to clear up some confusion. A lot of times when we talk about our limb selection and how we climb DRT, we throw the term girth hitch around a lot. For those of you that aren't sure what a girth hitch is just like your tether on your saddle. You'll have a rope that has an eye on it. It wraps around the tree, and you're going to take one end of your rope, stick it through the eye, pull it through, and it's kind of like a choker on the tree, and that's a girth hitch. Okay, and you need to utilize a girth hitch, a true girth hitch like this when you're climbing SRT. But we climb, Scott and I, we climb DRT. So when for us, a lot of times we'll use the word girth hitch, but what we really should be using the term is crotching in. We crotch in because we climb through the crotch of a tree with our rope. And what I mean by that is, for example, let's say you have this is the main trunk of the tree, the main girth of the tree, and a lot of times you'll throw your throw ball up over a limb. You'll catch a limb, you get your throw ball and your line up over a limb like this. And if you have a limb like this, that's a pretty nice limb. That limb is bigger. Our rule of thumb for climbing is we wouldn't utilize a limb to climb on that was dead. What we'll look for is a nice healthy limb, and we want it to be bigger than your forearm or larger. Okay, so it's a judgment call, but you have to, if you're gonna just climb on a limb like this, you want to make sure that limb is plenty strong enough to support your weight. All right, your life depends on it. So you've got to use good judgment on that. So you want to try to make sure that the limb that you utilize is a nice healthy limb, and that it's large enough. Something like this to me is a pretty good example. I would stay with a limb that's this size or larger. Okay. But you can, something like that, I can climb right off this limb right here, take my rope over it, I can tie my Blake's hitch and pull right over that, no problem. But let's say there's a doubt. Let's say, that limb might be a little bit smaller than that, but that's all you got, and you're a little bit concerned, you're not really sure. Well, if you want to climb, you want to make sure that you're going to stay up in the tree and it's going to hold you an even stronger way. Even if I have a limb like this and I know it's good and healthy and I want a safer way to climb, I can crotch in and climb across the girth of the tree. Okay, and this is where the confusion comes in. A couple times I think Scott and I, when we were explaining it, we were saying, girth hitching the tree, and this isn't a girth hitch. We're crotching in. We're climbing through the crotch of this tree, but across the girth of it. Okay, it's crotching in. So you would have your rope like this. You tie your one end onto your carabiner, tie your Blake's hitch, and you climb up your tree this way. There's plenty of strength there. That thing's not going anywhere. Even if that limb was smaller than that, if I'm just utilizing the crotch and I'm climbing across the tree like this, there's plenty of there's plenty of strength there, and I always feel more comfortable and feel safer climbing across, crotching in and taking my line across the main girth of the trunk of the tree and climbing that way than just over a limb like this. Because now you basically, all your weight is on this limb, and if that limb were to fail, and obviously the further you are out on a limb, you have more leverage there. You can actually break the limb, so you always want to stay nice and close to the tree. But in a perfect world, you want to crotch in and climb through the crotch of a tree like that. When you do this, the larger the tree, you're going to have a little bit more friction there, and might make it a little bit harder for you to pull your rope through, but it's usually not an issue. I don't have any problems on trees many times larger than this, but just wanted to try to clear that up in case there was any confusion, and that should give you a little bit of help selecting limbs and where you want to position your climbing line when you're climbing. All right, like we said, just one more time, just because we do get this question a lot. Guys are asking, what are we looking for in the size of the limb? How do I know that limb's going to be, we talk about, some guys made some jokes about having a certified climbing line. A certified climbing line is no good unless you got a certified limb, right? But there's nobody to certify the limbs. That's something that you're going to have to do and make a judgment call on it every time. So you want to look at your limb. You want to make sure that it's big enough. For us, I like to say, something bigger than my forearm or larger. And hey, the larger it is, the better. And if it's, I want it to be healthy and alive. Okay. So hopefully that clears any questions that about this topic up with for you. If you have any other questions, post them in the comments section, and we could try to make another video and touch on any questions you guys have. All right, guys. So climb safe and best of luck.